All right, here I got down here Bayport in Florida here on the central west coast, and this is Bayport. Went out to catch the sunset. Um, got a lot of fire in the sky is what I call it. Fire in my sky. That's what I'm going to title this video. Yeah, you'll see as I go along here. I got down there at about it was about 5:30 that I actually got there. You could tell by that first picture. And I started filming right away because I wanted to do a little bit of zooming out and all before the sun actually set. I wanted to see what I could actually see out there, being that we had quite an overcast day. Now, too, I probably should have brought my compensation exposure down a little bit, and I should have also set my camera for infinity, but you'll see as I zoom out a little bit, things will get a little blurry. Not so much here, but you'll see later on in the clouds, I got a little blur in there. But again, I try to give you the best observations that I can give you, or at least I try. Um, And this is that Bayport channel marker out there, that last bird rack, um, which I'm going to take a bunch of pictures out of all my videos and show you how the appearance of that will change depending on the light source and many other factors that go into it. So right now I'm just zooming around, kind of giving you a little idea of what's going on out there. I seen a boat coming out of Hernando Beach, and they're just little dots out there that I see. So I seen one coming, so I'm kind of quickly trying to zoom back over to the left, further south from where I'm at. And of course, we always got these channel markers out there, kind of blocking me out a little bit, but they ain't too bad. I kind of enjoy having them out there because sometimes you can use their numbers to kind of figure out about where you're at. But, my whole thing is to just give you good observations of what's out on that horizon line, and you can even see how this water has this wavy appearance to it, even itself. Now here's the bird rack at Hernando Beach channel, and this is quite a big bird rack too. And you can see how far away it actually is. And we're talking, 3-4 miles out there right here on these, at least. And you can see that this boat, you can clearly see that it's in the water. You can see the water being splashed off the bow. Then I'm going to zoom back out slowly here, a little at a time. And then I'll give you a big zoom back out. Want to show you how far out I actually am and what it'll look like pretty much with my own eyes. There we go. And zoom back out. And you can see how that fire is up there in that sky. It is beautiful too. As you will slowly see as I zoom around the sky. I just didn't keep it focused in one place. I wanted to give you kind of a view. So I wanted to zoom around a little bit. And you will see during my little extravaganza, I'm going to give you quite a bit of view. I'm going to zoom around. I'm going to show you the light. I'm going to show you how the sky, these clouds almost create like a screen, which is really strange in a sense. But I always say that this is something about these chemtrails that cause some issues with our skies. Geoengineering the skies, I should call it. And here we go. I turn my compensation exposure down just a little bit. Give you a little better view of this. And you'll see as I swing around how that light kind of plays with the camera a little bit. But all in all, real good view, real good zoom. We got these swirly clouds up here. And as you see how they, if you look up in the right-hand corner, you can see how the clouds are actually casting shadows on the clouds. And this is something that I wanted to pick up because, why should, the clouds casting shadows on the clouds themselves is pretty strange. But as I zoom around here, I'll show you a few other ones that'll pop up too. As that sun is moving farther away, not going over the curve, it's just moving farther away. That is an illusion. The sunset is an illusion. The sun is really not setting. It's just getting farther away, and because of our perspective, because it's like us sitting on, we're like an ant on the floor in a hallway. Our sky, we're going to see much farther on our sky because our sky is the ceiling. and the water is our floor, which I'm closer to the surface of the water, so I'm going to get more of the sky than I am of the surface. And this is what creates our horizon line, is our height. And if you don't think so, go up on top of a tall building. The sunset will set at a different time. Even Neil deGrasse Tyson, he will tell you, Mr. Buttlight will tell you, oh, you go up on a skyscraper and you'll have different time settings, and it's not because of the curvature of Earth. He'll tell you it's because of the curvature of Earth, but it's not because of the curvature of Earth. It's because you're getting up higher, you can see farther, and by seeing farther, if you was to get way, way up, I thought I had something on my screen, or on my lens, so I tried to wipe it off a couple of times, but I found out it was actually just a little spot on my viewing screen. So I kind of tried to wipe it again, I think, here one more time. But again, they want to tell you that by going higher, you're able to see over the curvature of Earth. What if I tell you that by going higher, you're just going to see the sun getting farther and farther away? And what I would really like to be able to do is get up on a very, very high skyscraper and videotape the sun, and show how it will get smaller and smaller because you're up much higher. So you're going to be able to view it much longer, going away from you, getting farther away. So you would obviously be able to see that sun getting smaller and smaller and smaller, as long as there wasn't a lot of atmospheric conditions. Rob Sukiba just did a very, very good video about the magnification of the sky, because of all the water molecules in the sky, or in the air, I should say. Okay, here we go again with some more shadows being casted on the clouds, from the clouds. And if you look real close, you can kind of see where they're actually coming from. They're coming from just that darker underneath the lower part of the screen. You can see some of the long clouds sticking up that's causing that shadowing. And this is something that I've seen even with the jet trails, or chemtrails, if you want to call them. Some people don't like the idea that we call them chemtrails, but if you ask me, that's exactly what's up there, is chemicals. It's not hot air, or hot moisture. It is chemtrailing. They are putting something up there to block out the sun because they're trying to control the global warming. But what they are doing is actually, if you ask me, they're causing that global warming. They're creating that greenhouse effect. Now, you can see these boats way out there and see how small they are, which is quite amazing when you zoom in on them, how much bigger they actually get, and how the sky actually changes above them too, because you can see more of that sky. And I always ask myself, if I go out on that boat and I'm on that boat, I'm just going to get a different perspective of the sky because I'm out 2 or 3 more miles. And this is what I was talking about, getting a little bit of a blurry screen. And if you look at the water too, the first inch is so many feet, and then the second inch, the farther and farther you get out, even that last little, say that last little 1/8 inch of the horizon, how many miles is in that little eighth of an inch? Quite a bit. And as you can see, even the sky further down, how would that be if I was further out there? It would look like the sky kind of pretty much above me. It's going to be at the same height. So again, I'm looking at this this sky I'm gonna be able to view a lot more of that sky because of my angle, and because I'm so low to the ground, my sky is gonna be much bigger than my floor. And that's quite obvious, when you're out there viewing it even with your own naked eyes. You'll see how, things change. Um, and when I'm videoing, I try to get my camera to videotape exactly what I'm seeing. Now, we don't always get exactly what we're seeing, but we do get pretty good at seeing what it is. And like I say, I try my darndest to work the compensation exposure to where I'm getting the same coloring as as I'm seeing. I remember somebody's comment saying that, my camera doesn't pick up color either. It's all a computer chip and blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, if that was the case, if you were buying a camera and it didn't pick up pretty much identically to what you were filming or you were taking pictures of, you'd get rid of it because it'd be a piece of shit camera. Of course, cameras pick up color, but when you have data being sent back from, say, a satellite, so-called satellite, you get this image, and all it is data. So it's not an image, and then they put that into a program, and then that spits out an image, and then they give that image to the Photoshop man, and he takes it in and he puts color to all the galaxies and the stars, and he adds all of that to it. So what we're seeing, is it real? When we see pictures from space from NASA and all these other space organizations, I don't think so. I think we're seeing a doctored up image of some crazy crap that they're telling us that's real, and it's not real. It is fake imagery. It's CGI, no matter how you look at it. Now we're getting interesting here in my video, because we're starting to see the rays, the sun rays, coming through these clouds. And this is what is awesome when I look at these. And I'm going to pause this for a second. Okay, here I'm going again. This is what makes me question that 93 million miles that they tell us that the sun is from Earth. If it was 93 million miles away, I surely would not be getting these sun rays coming in on the angles that I am viewing them at right now. I seen this a couple of days ago when we had some cloudy skies, but there was a lot of holes in it, and oh my goodness, I wish I would have had my camera then, because it was some awesome sunbeams coming through the clouds. But unfortunately, I was heading to Home Depot to pick up some paint for my wife, and I didn't have my camera with me, so I wasn't able to catch those rays. But right here I'm catching them, and I think that this is something awesome, that people should really pay attention to these sunbeams that are coming through the clouds, because that should really make you question the distance of the sun. I mean, nobody's ever taken an odometer and measured it, okay? So, when they tell you that it's 93 million miles away, if you ask me, that's just their freaking stupid guesstimate. And that number has changed throughout the centuries, because, they used to say that it was a certain distance, it was only, say, 3,000 miles away, and then 23,000 miles away, and then thousands of miles away, and then we get to 93 million miles away, which is crazy. Crazy. I mean, you can tell where this sun is at just by these sunbeams. Just by the sunbeams alone. I mean, I don't even have to put nothing on the screen. You can tell that that sun is behind those clouds, and it's more to the left of the screen than it is to the right, and that's because of the angle of these sunbeams coming down. So when people tell you that it's 93 million miles away, um, where are they actually getting this number? And don't you need to know exactly the size of the sun? I mean, there's a lot of things that you have to take into consideration when you're doing an equation. First of all, if you're just guessing at the distance of the sun, it's a guesstimate. You have no actual factual proof that that is the distance. So this is why I say question it. Everybody should be questioning it. Children should be questioning their teachers. That's something that we can't do because we get in trouble for it. And I mean, look at these sunbeams. They are just absolutely awesome coming through these clouds. So as you're looking at these, I mean, this is crazy. To me, as I watch these, I say to myself, there's no way. There's no way that that sun's 93 million miles away. I could see it being anywhere from 30 miles to 130 miles away up off the earth, but no more than that. No more than that. And that's just my guesstimate. I mean, look at these rays. Look at these rays. And they're going to tell me that this is just scattered light from the sun. No, 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 no. Scattered light would, if it was scattering light, we would get, um, I mean, we would not get these rays coming through the way that they are coming through these clouds. It would be almost all coming straight down, even if it was scattered light. They would be coming straight down because if the sun is so big and so far away, it's only going to be mainly making one big beam to the earth, and it should be all pretty much straight beaming. But here you can tell by the sun itself whereabouts it's at and how it's moving more toward the west. And again, right here, beautiful, absolutely beautiful shot. This is something that I really, really wanted to capture tonight. And when I seen that the sky was cloudy, I was really hoping to be able to catch something similar to this. And this really just blew me away. This made me happy to be able to pick this up and videotape it for you guys. And again, I tell people I don't hold any copyright to any of my videos. I don't ask money for my videos. These are all free. If you can use them, use them. Now, I'm not downgrading anybody that asks for money for their channel. Some people need it. Some people spend a lot more time than I do. I put most of my videos up just the way they come off the camera. I don't have no real major expenses, and I do spend some time making these, but I don't put in the effort that some of the other channels do. Some of the other channels, they put a lot more time and a lot more effort and a lot more editing than I do. Mine are mainly simple observational videos, and they're out there for free. Now look at those rays. Now, why would they be going upward if the sun was all shining down toward Earth? I mean, somebody's going to say, oh, well, that's just the way it does, But I look at it as the sun's just getting farther away. And as it gets farther away, these light rays are going to change their angles. As you can see already, some of these angles have already changed because the sun has moved a little more to the west. And you can see how I've moved my camera up and down to really, really pick up these sunbeams. And this sky is absolutely beautiful. I mean, even with the naked eye, I was enjoying myself videoing this, filming it. I threw in some time-lapse on here too after it goes supposedly over the curvature of Earth. which I don't think it does. After it gets farther away from us, and it's no longer in view, I do some time lapse on it, which I think you'll like also. And I use, what I did was I used the city light time lapse for it. I thought it was pretty cool. Here's some melting sun, which is actually pretty wild to watch this right here. Don't know what to really make of it, but if you look close, you can see these clouds just kind of turning into fiery clouds. And as I back up, look at those clouds, look at those beams. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. And you can already see how they're changing. They're going up higher and higher and higher, and not so much down low. And that's because of the angle that that light is coming through those clouds. Once it gets so far away, it's shooting across the top of the clouds and not going through the holes, the cracks of the clouds. So again, we got more light being thrown up through the air, straight across the sky. I mean, it looks like it's going up, but that's actually straight across the sky. Those beams are going straight, not up. They just appear to be going up because that's an illusion. That's an illusion. Look at further out there. And I try to get out there too to show you some of them sunbeamers. I think I zoom out. I'm pretty sure I zoom out there, but I'm so in awe with these sunbeams that I just couldn't take my eyes off of them. And of course, I'm going to zoom around a little bit. I was going to just do all time lapse of this, but I said, man, I miss so much of the sky when I'm doing a time lapse because I can only get one part of the sky and not be able to get a whole bunch of areas of the sky. Plus, too, you know, you're stuck. You can't do nothing. You just sit down and let your camera do it. And actually, I like watching the sky as my camera is doing any videotaping or doing a time lapse. I like standing out there and watching, you know, watch planes go through, you know, watch the stars. You know, this way, if I see a falling star, I'll know that that's in my video. Or see some crazy plane come down flying low, or, you know, whether or not it is a plane or not flying through. And here's where I think I zoom in here a little bit on some of these little spots. Yep, here we go. And kind of show you about, this is where I think the sun is, but I think it's a little to the right of that. Hasn't gone completely down yet, or out of view, I should say, but it's getting farther and farther. And again, you know, you're going to see these light rays go upward. But like I say, they're not really going up. They're shooting straight across the sky, but they appear to be going up. The illusion is an illusion. And clouds going behind the sun and moon is an illusion too. And I'm going to definitely put out another video or two of that. I've got some video of the moon where it is really, really obvious that these clouds are going in front. But as I pull back away, it actually makes it look like they're going behind the moon. But again, I zoom in on the moon and then I'll actually show you that these clouds are going in front of the moon. And again, look at those rays shooting across the sky. I mean, this is just absolutely awesome, awesome video. I was just so happy to get this. The wind and the cold didn't bother me. It was very, very windy out there. But I stuck it out because I said, you know, this is a once in a lifetime video here, I think. Of course, there's always really beautiful videos. Sunset videos in Florida, but you know, catching these rays the way I did in this video is awesome, awesome. And you can see how far out, you know, this was and how I was zoomed out to catch those rays. So those rays were coming through these clouds that were way out there, way out there. Now I'm going to do a little bit more zooming in here a little bit. I'm going to try to get out there and catch some of these low, fiery spots in the sky. And again, you know, here's, I kind of blur out a little bit. Like I said, I wish I would have had it set on infinity. It probably would have been a little bit more defined out there. But all in all, I think it come out really, really nice. Really nice video of these sunbeams, the fiery sky. And sometimes I lose words because I know this was a pretty long video, but I wanted to show all my footage that I did. Even I got one here, just a short time lapse, and I went ahead and put it in there too because I thought it was awesome. All this stuff is awesome. And there's some more sunbeams coming through there. I mean, look at that. That is absolutely wild. I gotta say that, you know, most people don't pay this much attention to their videos or their observations, and then they never question nothing. See how you know, you got to think about that angle that sun is on as it gets farther away, and how the light from the sun is just shooting across the top of these clouds and not going in between them. People say, well, how come the sky lights up red after the sun goes down? Well, think about that. The sun ain't down. It's just beaming. It's reflecting its light off that water out in the Gulf of Mexico and reflecting it back up underneath the clouds. So when somebody says, oh, well, you know, it's going over the curvature, and that's why the clouds all light up red, because it's going underneath or going over the curve, and it's shooting up from the bottom of the other side of the curve, lighting up the clouds. No, it ain't. It's reflecting off the water. That's what's lighting up the clouds a lot of times. Now right here, this is due to the fact that the sun is right over there in that general direction. So it's got everything lit up. And I zoomed in on this because I thought it was pretty cool how you could see all these lines in these clouds. You know, I've actually seen the chemtrails, all the plane trails flying on the horizon early in the morning look just like this. Unfortunately, I'm in my work truck, and I never get a chance to go out there and do that. You know, I can't just jump out of my work truck on the side of the road and videotape it. So it would be nice, but unfortunately I can't. So, you know, I got to do what I got to do to make a living. Yeah, that noise you heard was an alarm going off. I'm doing a time lapse in my backyard. That was just to let me know that my time lapse was almost done. So I ran back there to restart it and let it do some more. As you can see in these time lapse here, they're awesome. Really, really red sky. Now, I was zoomed in on these areas and did just a couple of short little time lapse. They were the 10-minute time lapse on the city lights setting. And as you can see here, these are just awesome. Very beautiful. Lots of color. So again, you know, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm gonna throw a little music on here and end it with a little bit of music. I appreciate everybody watching. So, like, subscribe, share, use, whatever you want. All right, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation. And all have a good night. Bye now.